This conference will now be recorded.
Hello friends, welcome back, and let's start with the seventh part. Let's test the AWS VPCs. Now in the last two parts, right, we have created multiple VPCs and we have created, these are the steps, right, which we have followed. We have created two VPCs starting with the names will be VPC AWS Training 1 and Training 2. And second, we created each VPC with multiple subnets, if you see. Four subnets for VPC 1 and four subnets for VPC 2, and we have connected both the VPCs with internet gateways, because without the internet gateways there is no point. The traffic cannot go inside and outside, inside to outside, and outside to inside of a VPC. And we also created a routing table so that the traffic can be routed towards the internet gateway. And we also created two security groups. I didn't explain much about the security groups because there is a separate class I'm planning for that one, a couple of sessions, so don't worry about that one, just follow the steps. Yeah. Now in the sixth step, so create key pairs or key pair actually. Okay, so we're going to create a key pair which is needed for the EC2 machines, because if we want to test whether the VPs are working as per our requirement or our expectation, right, we need to test the traffic is going out or in, right? So that is why we're going to put some couple of machines in both the VPCs and test the communication. Okay, so once the key pair is created, see, let me tell you, security groups are based on VPC. That means each VPC has its own security group. But key pairs are required for EC2 machines. It can be used between between the VPCs as well. I'll give you the point. Okay, don't worry. And on the seventh step, right, we are going to create 4 EC2 machines, 2 per VPC, and check the communication. So it's not mandatory, or it's not important that you need to deploy 4 machines. You cannot deploy one machine in one VPC, other in other VPC, and test it. But I want to show you the internal communication, as well as I want to show you the external communication or between the VPCs. That's why I'm planning to deploy 4 machines. It's not required you need to do that one, but if you want to test everything what I did, you need to deploy it. Yeah. Okay, first things first, we need to create a key pair, and we need to do it at EC2 machines. You need to, it is required for the EC2 machines, right? So what I'm going to do it is, I'm going to, let me close all this. I'm going to services, and I'm going to open the EC2. Let me tell you, this is not a EC2 class. This is still a VPC class. In order to test the VPC, we required some machines. That's why I'm going to the EC2 and deploying the machines. So don't think that this is a EC2 class, because we're going to have this EC2 class in later part. So these are all the demo videos. Okay, these are not actually the live classes. You can consider these as a demo sessions. So the AWS training will go for 45 days actually. It's like normal, almost like 50 or 55 hours of training. So these, I want to give you the way I teach and how exactly the training goes. That's why I'm actually creating these demo videos, and I'm already teaching a lot of people in my own language, which is my native language. Which is not in English, but I also want to start some trainings, because a few people has asked me started training in English. That's why I'm planning to start. Before that, I want to give you how exactly people ask me for give me a demo session. I want to understand your teaching. That's why instead of wasting or both time, right, I'm going to create these videos so you'll get a feel of how exactly my training will be. If you like it, you can further continue with the total training. Yeah. Okay, so first thing is, here let's go to the key pairs. Yeah. So in the EC2, under the networking security, create a key pair. Now, what exactly is a key pair? Is a key pair is nothing but it's going to have key pair is equal to, it's a public key plus private key. Okay, now I'm going to call a public key as a lock, and whereas private key as a key, just normal key and a lock. Okay, what I'm trying to say. So I'll go to Google. Just I know everybody knows lock and the key, but I'll just show you. Yeah, lock. Okay, now we have two things here. Okay, I'm going to copy this image, and I'm going to open a new image. Now if you see this one, you have a lock and a key. So what I'm planning to tell is this one, this lock is a AWS public key. You don't need to say AWS because this is a Linux concept. It's not a cloud concept, it's a Linux concept. So I simply put it's a public key. Okay, and I'm going to call this keys, actual keys, as private key. Now what will happen when you deploy the machine, right? When you deploy a EC2 server, you're going to select a public key. So the machine will be locked with this public key. In order to connect to that one, we're going to use this private key to get connected. Okay, that's why first we need to create a key pair. How to do that? So when I create it, I'll go to the key pairs and I'm going to click a key pair. I'm going to say like my testing key, for example, any name you can give. Okay, I just give my testing key and click on create. Now what it will do is it will create a public key and save it in Amazon, and it will give you a private key. So click on create and see it's created my testing key, and it is giving you to save a file which is my testing key.pem file. Okay, save it, and then save it. Okay, so don't worry about it, just save it. Now next point is we're going to deploy 4 machines. So I'm going to go to EC2 machines. I'm going to select I'm going to create 4 servers for AWS training 1 VPC, right? I'm going to create server as AWS 1 server 1 and AWS 2 server 2. Sorry, AWS 1 server 2, or let's make less complicated. So let's put like this: VPC 1 server 1 and VPC 1 server 2, and AWS training 2 VPC, right? I'm going to create 2 more servers, which is VPC 2 server 1, VPC 2 server 2. Like this, I'm going to create 4 servers. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to launch instance. Now this is how I'm going to put. I'm going to put 1 server in US West 2A, 1 server in US West 2B. Okay, and other 2 servers in 2C and 2D. Yeah, that's the plan. So I'm going to, from where I'm doing this one, I'm going to click on launch instance, select the Amazon Linux, and T2 micro is more than enough. Go next. Here I'm going to select first one, training VPC 1. Okay, select subnet 1, and by default there won't be public IP assigned. We're going to discuss this later, but just select enable, and you can, even if you leave it, it will take automatically an IP. But what I do is I'll try to give the IP 1.100. Add storage, don't worry, leave it defaults. Add tags, so give the name, and this is a first server, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy VPC1 server 1, save it, configure security group. So we already created one, right? Select an existing group and see it is only showing AWS 1 training 1 and SG1. It is not showing the other VPC. That means the security groups are depending on the VPC. It only shows that particular VPC. So select that one, review and launch, and select the key. Yeah, this one, the one we created. Yeah, launch it. That's it. So our server 1 is getting created, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the second one. Same steps. Okay, but only thing is this time it will be server 2. So select it and same T2 micro because it is free, and select the VPC 1 because this is server 2. See, I'm going to select subnet 2. Earlier I created subnet 1, now subnet 2. I'm going to enable public IP. This time I'm going to give as 10.1.2.100. I can't give 1.100 or anything from 1. Because it's a different subnet, right? So that's why you need to give in the availability zone 2, you given 10.1.2.0/24. So 2.100. Next storage. Next tags, I'm going to give a name, and I'm going to put the second server name here. Configure security group, select the same, review and launch, and launch the instance. So we have first VPC, both the servers up and running. The most important point is they are in different availability zones. See, this one is server 1 is in 2A and server 2 is in 2B. Similar way, I'm going to create, okay, one more, two more servers for VPC2. Okay, so I'm going to again launch instance, same setups, same steps, but only thing is different VPC. Select same server, same T2 micro, but this time T2, sorry, AWS training 2, subnet 1, and enable this public IP. And this time I can't give 10, by the way. Why? Because imagine I can't give 10 like 150 or something, because this is a different VPC, right? It is VPC 2. That means the IP address is in. So if I go here, we have the IP address which is we're going to deploy in subnet 3 and 4. That means different availables in totally. See, first two, we have the first two servers we deployed in 2A and 2B, and last two servers in a different VPC we're going to deploy in 2C and 2D. Okay, so what I'm going to here, I'm going to select subnet 3 and come here. I'm going to give 192.168.3.100. Okay, add storage, add tags, name, select the server name which is VPC2 server 1, configure security group. See here, see, it is showing different security group. Earlier it was AWS training 1-SG1, this is 2SG2. That means what this proves, security groups are the boundary of a security group is a VPC. You can't use security group of one VPC in other VPC. And launch, but you can use the key, by the way. So it can be an interview question, right? So I'm trying to assign a security group, but it is not visible. That means you are actually trying to access a different VPC security group. That's why it's not visible. So VPC2 server 1, and it is in 2C. See, the first two servers are A and B. This is in 2C. And last server. Select again. So you come here, T2 micro. So come, this time AWS training 2. This is subnet 4. And enable. Come down. Give 192.168.4.100. Add storage, add tags, name, okay, launch instance, yeah, okay. Your request instance type T2 micro is not supported in this. So it looks like this instance type is not supported. It is available only on 2A, 2B, 2C. This is quite normal. Sometimes that particular might not be available. So let's do one thing. I'm going to put in 2B actually. Okay. So back to review screen. I'm going to edit instance, security groups, all these things, instance details. I'm going to edit instance details, and I'm going to select subnet 3. I'm going to put in 2C itself. Yeah. Now review and launch. Oh, of course the IP address should change, right? 3.100. Yeah. Review and launch it. Okay, we already used the 3.100. Okay, so because we kept the server, right? Okay, hold on, let me try to change, edit instance type, edit. So let's put in subnet 2 itself, yeah, which you give an IP address of 2.100. Done. So if you see, one thing is I have VPC server, VPC1 server 2 as well as VPC2 server 2, both in the same available zones. Whatever happened is for good only, because we can see like they are in two same availability zones, but they can communicate? Absolutely no. Why? Because they are in a different VPCs. So we're going to test this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to all these 4 servers. What I'm going to, for VPC 1, right, I'm going to have both the servers in yellow color and start communicating between them. I'll show you whether they are communicating or not. And I'm going to deploy later these 2 servers with a green color and check the communication. And finally, we're going to check the communication between these 2. Okay. So let's do that. So first I'm going to connect here. I'm going to connect it. Okay. Here the important thing, one more important thing. So I wanted to did this so that you can learn. See here, by default, you are not getting any public DNS server here. See, no server has the DNS server. If you are not able to get a DNS server, that means there is some setting which you need to, there is a setting which you need to enable on the VPCs. So I want to show you practically. So that's why I didn't enable that. So I'll go to VPCs, right click on the VPC, edit DNS host names and click on select enable and save. Edit DNS host names and select and save. Now coming here, I'm going to select and just refresh all these things. Let's see what will happen. See, everything got the public IP. If I go to server, right, see, everything got the public IP. So it's not mandatory you should have a public DNS server to connect. You can use a public IP to connect. Just I'm trying to show you there is this issue which you can be resolved. Okay, so I'm going to use either you can use that complete DNS. I'm going to go here. The problem here is if you are using the Windows server, this is the Windows server, right? You need, okay, when you try to connect, we're going to use the Putty Session, which is a free tool. Actually, you're going to, by default, the username of the Amazon Linux is EC2 user load, and just paste it and click on open. You will get end with error. Actually, you'll get like this, click on yes, and says it will give you no supported authentication method. So what exactly happened is, do you remember the private key which we have downloaded? We are going to use this key, but the problem here is if you are a Mac, right, in Mac you can directly use the PEM key. If you guys having a Mac, right, what you can do is you can simply open your terminal. You can use ssh-i and give the PEM file like .pem file, some PEM file, and ec2-user at the rate, and you can actually copy this and paste it. I can connect without any issues if you have a Mac. If you don't have a Mac and you are using a Windows server just like me, we need to use the Putty software, which is a very small lightweight software. But the problem here with the Putty is it cannot really identify the PEM file. So what we need to do, we need to convert our PEM file to PPK file, Putty private key file. That's why you need to go SSH authentication. You can browse it. It will search for file. You can't really use the PEM file. So what we can do is we can try to use the PEM file. Let me show you what will happen. Yeah, I can copy the name. I'll go here, EC2 user load. I'll give it here. I'll go to authentication, browse, and I'll say in the downloads my laptop key.pem. See this one. See, I'm actually given the PEM file. Click on one, and still you will get the same error. See, it is saying unable to use the PEM file. Okay, old PEM format. So what you need to do, you need to convert that file into PPK. So for that, you need to have something called as Putty Gen. You can download Putty and Putty Gen from the same site, by the way. So I'll go here. I'm going to use this one, CHEIARK, right? I'm going to open this one. And if you come down, you see putty.exe. You can download this one, and also Putty Gen, this one. You need to download both Putty for connecting and Putty Gen to convert your PEM into PPK file. People will call it different names, but I just call Putty Gen. Okay, so let's try to download that. I already downloaded that one, so it should be in my downloads. If I go to my downloads, so if I go to search for Putty, you see Putty Gen here. I'm going to double click on it. Now conversions, import the key, and in the downloads, where is it? It's in downloads only, right? My testing key.pem. Okay, this today, right? October 6th. Okay, yeah. Open it. Now this is called public key. I told you public key, right? This is the public key. Now don't click anything. You can actually give a password here. Even somebody stole your PPK file. So I'm going to give a password, something like this, so that even if you lose your PPK file, people can't really misuse it. Yeah, give a password and don't click anything. Don't click on generate, load, nothing. Just create only one button, which is save private key. Save private key. I'm going to give a same name, my testing key. Instead of PEM, right, I'm going to give PPK. So we have two files. One is my testing key.pem and the second one is my testing key.ppk. Okay, done. Now close it. Close all the necessary windows. Now we do the same thing. What we'll do this time, again copy the server here. So I'm going to use EC2 user. I'm going to give this one, but now authentication, browse. So you have my testing key.ppk. Okay, and then open it. Okay, it's asking for a password, right? The password which we gave. So I'm going to give the same password. When I converted that into Putty, now you see I logged into a server. See the IP address 10.1.1.100. Okay, right, now I'm in first server. Let's log into the second server. I use this time, first time I use the name, right? Now I go to the second server in the VPC one. I am logging using the IP address. You can do in both ways. That's why. Same procedure. So EC2-user, this is the default username for the Amazon Linux. EC2-user, SSH, browse, my testing key PPK, and click on open. Yes. Done. So you have two servers, right? One is, if you see, IP address is 10.1.1.100. The other one is 10.2.100. Let me go to this picture. I'm just trying to give you some. Okay, I'm going to delete these two servers. What you need to understand is we have two VPCs. So in this is AWS VP. I'll just put like AWS training 1 VPC, AWS training 1 VPC. I'm going to create one more VPC down here so that it is easy for you to understand. Yeah, I'm create one more. Obviously it will have one more gateway as well for this one, which is internet gateway. Now see, if you see that the other two servers we have deployed in 2B and 2C, right? That means two more servers we have deployed for these machines, this VPC, one here, one here. Okay, so this is actually VM1 and VM2 for this VPC. Now I'm going to put IP address also to make it more easy for you. So the IP address of these machines are, okay, 10.1.1.100, 10.1.2.100, and this one will be 192.168.2.100, and this one will be 192.168.3.100. Okay, right, first we need to check the communication between these two. Okay, whether these two, and after that we're going to check the communication through the gateway, right? So we already have the yellow ones up. So now if I ping from here, ping 10.1.1.100, you can see like it is pinging without any issues. So if I ping from here to 10.2.100, 10.1.2.100, it is also pinging. Now what you need to understand is, if these two guys are pinging, these two belong to the same VPC, then how the routing works is, so here they are directly pinging each other like this. The internal, like this, the traffic will go between the availability zones and they are pinging each other. Now in the routing table, which exactly the route they are using, they are actually in the route. If I go to routing tables, right, they are using this local route, this local route. Okay, now what I'll do is, if I click on ping www.google.com, right, now it is going to the google.com, and if you see both machines, even if you click from here, I mean ping from here, www.google.com, it is actually reaching to the 172.217 address, which is not part of 10.1, right? It is completely different IP address. The moment which is not it is 10.1, right, it will actually use the internet gateway. You can ask me, what is the proof it is going to internet gateway? What will happen is, I'm going to edit these routes and I'm going to remove these routes and save the routes. So leave about again pinging now. First of all, if you remove that route, right, you will lose the connectivity first of all. See, my connectivity is gone. So what you need to understand is, don't ever think that the internet gateway is there to send the traffic only to outside. It is not only the case. Even from the internet, if you want to connect to the server, you still need the internet gateway. Okay, so that's why, so both are got errors. Check it out. If I go here, both got errors. See, this one also errors. So I'm going to add the route back actually. Edit, add 000/0, and I'm going to select internet gateway and save it. It should connect again. If I go here, right click, restart session, and see, I'm able to connect it back. Restart session. Done. So if I try to ping the google.com, you can be still able to ping www.google.com, right? Yeah, both are reachable. So this proves that yes, we need to have the internet gateway. Now I need to prove there is no communication, because one of the important points of having a VPC is there is no inter VPC routing or connectivity by default. That means I'm going to connect to these two servers, and it should not be able to communicate with each other. VPC1 server should not communicate with VPC2 servers. It's the same username, and we're going to use the same key because we assigned the same key for everyone. Okay, so sorry, I think I selected this wrong. I selected VPC2 server 1, right? Sorry, I need to select this one. So name, open, see 192.168 different IP address is there. Yeah, I'm going to change this color, change settings. I'm going to give it green so that it's easy for us to remember. Okay, similarly I'm going to log into the other server. Okay, okay, change setting, colors 0. Okay, so if you see, I have totally 4 servers, right? If you see, we have 2 green servers and we have two yellow servers. So it was quite a messy screen, but I hope you got the point here. Yeah. Now the point is here I'm going to just remember the IP addresses. If you see this is 192.168 3.10 2.10 and here it is 1.100 and 2.100. So what I want to do is I want to ping it. Okay, so I'm going to click ping. If I try to ping 192.168 2.100, it should ping successfully because both are green, both are in the same VPC. See, it is properly pinging. Okay, you can ping from this side as well. So 192.168 3.100, it is pinging easily. Now this is not a great thing because of course if you go to the picture, these two will ping automatically because that is what a VPC is, right? It is spanned between the availability zones. They will ping among themselves. It's not a big deal. Now the security is these two servers should not reach each other. That is the point. Okay, if it reaches, it's a big security breach. So let's check it out. Again, it'll go this time. I'm going to ping 10.1.1.100. If you see, no, it won't ping. Okay, see, to make it ping, that's a different case. We need to use the VPC peering and everything. We're going to do it later, but still by default two VPCs cannot communicate themselves. So if you see, it can't ping. So I'm going to use 2.100. It won't ping. Similarly, I can go here, I'll say ping 10.1.1.100. Obviously it won't ping, and ping 10.1.2.100, it won't ping. That means, so it is confirmed that the green cannot reach the yellow servers. Similarly, let's try to do it from here. Yeah, so I'm going to say ping 192.168.2.100. It's not pinging. Here I'll go ping 192.168, what is this address, 3.100.3.100. so this proves that yellow cannot reach green, green cannot reach yellow. So how to make them ping to each other? That is nothing but VPC peering. So we need to configure the VPC peering, which is actually a different class totally. I can't cover right now, but I just want to prove this is how you create the VPCs and you create the network isolation. So what will happen? There is complete network disconnectivity. So it is completely secure. The servers cannot reach the other servers. So you are very much secured. This is how you can deploy the whole VPC infrastructure and test it. Okay, hope this is very much informative. Now the next important thing is close all your consoles and select everything, actions, instant state, never stop, because don't think that you won't get build if you stop it. Even if you stop it, you will get build because you will be built for the storage. Might be the server might not be running, but still it is consuming the storage. So always once the lab is done, do the terminate. Okay, this is how you terminate the machines. Now one thing you should understand is what are the billable items here. If you do the lab, what are the things you get billed. Now if you say, first I'll tell what are the free components. You really don't need to pay anything for your VPC. VPC is free of cost. You're not going to build anything. Subnets are free of cost. Routing tables are free of cost. Internet gateways, only internet gateways are free of cost. And you also have the security groups also free of cost. You really don't need to worry about it. The whole lab, right? In this whole lab, only billable component is these machines. But again, if you are running in a free tier, right, still they are also not chargeable. So nothing is, if you see this, the whole lab, you should not get any sort of bill if you are using a trial versions like T2 Micro. Okay, so that's the VPC class. In the next class, we're going to discuss about the VPC peering. Let me tell you, these are just the demo sessions. These are not the complete classes. I'm trying to give you overview about how exactly my teaching will be. There is a contact, my email address as well as a course curriculum at the down. If you want to have the training, please do let me know, because I train people on AWS, Azure and DevOps. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead. Bye folks.